Why INFJs excel at deep bonds and how you can too. Picture this. You're at a party surrounded by people, yet you feel utterly alone. It's not because you dislike people or don't enjoy connection, it's because what you crave isn't small talk. You're searching for something deeper, a connection where you feel seen, heard, and valued at your core. For INFJs, this search for deep bonds is not just a preference, it's a way of life. Known as the advocate in the Myers-Briggs personality framework, INFJs are masters at forming meaningful relationships. They don't settle for surface-level connections. Instead, they excel at creating bonds that are rich, genuine, and transformative. But why is this the case? And what can others learn from the INFJ approach to building deep relationships? In this video, we're diving into the psychology behind why INFJs excel at deep bonds and how you can adopt these same principles to nurture more meaningful connections in your life. The following traits makes INFJs unique in building connections, and the power of empathy. One of the defining traits of INFJs is their deep sense of empathy. They have an almost uncanny ability to understand how others feel, even when those feelings aren't openly expressed. This ability to read between the lines allows INFJs to connect with people on an emotional level. Imagine you've had a rough day at work and you're doing your best to put on a brave face. An INFJ friend might pick up on the slight tension in your voice or the tired look in your eyes and ask, "Are you okay? You seem like you've got a lot on your mind." This level of attunement makes others feel truly seen and valued. Cultivate empathy by practicing active listening. When someone speaks, focus entirely on their words, tone, and body language. Reflect back what you hear to show understanding. 2. The desire for authenticity. INFJs don't do superficial. They are drawn to authenticity like a magnet. They value honesty, vulnerability, and openness in their relationships, which allows them to connect with others on a deeper level. In a world where many people wear masks to hide their insecurities, an INFJ might be the first to admit, "I've been struggling with anxiety lately." This openness often encourages others to drop their guard and share their own struggles. Lead by example. Share something personal and genuine with someone you want to connect with. Vulnerability often inspires others to do the same. 3. Intuition as a relationship superpower. INFJs rely heavily on their intuition to understand people and situations. This allows them to anticipate others' needs and respond in ways that feel deeply thoughtful and meaningful. An INFJ partner might surprise their significant other with their favorite meal after a tough day without even being asked. This intuitive care makes INFJs feel like mind readers to the people they love. Pay attention to the small details in people's lives. These can offer clues about what matters most to them. This is why deep bonds are so important to INFJs. For INFJs, shallow relationships feel like emotional starvation. They need depth and meaning in their connections to feel fulfilled. While many people might be content with discussing the weather or sports, an INFJ is more likely to ask, "What's been the most meaningful experience of your life?" Ask open-ended questions that invite deeper conversations. Instead of, "How was your day?" try, "What was the best part of your day?" Deep relationships give INFJs a sense of purpose and fulfillment. They thrive on the emotional intimacy that comes from truly understanding another person. An INFJ friend might spend hours on the phone talking someone through a personal crisis, not because they feel obligated, but because they genuinely want to help. Invest time and energy into the people you care about. Show up for them consistently, especially when they need support. INFJs often struggle to open up about their own thoughts and feelings, but in deep, authentic relationships, they feel safe to be themselves. An INFJ might finally feel comfortable sharing their dreams, fears, and quirks with a friend who has earned their trust over time. Create a judgment-free zone in your relationships. Let people know they can share anything with you without fear of criticism. When building deep bonds with people, INFJs often encounter certain challenges. INFJs often invest so much emotional energy into their relationships that they risk burnout. An INFJ might stay up all night comforting a friend in distress, only to feel completely drained the next day. Set boundaries to protect your emotional energy. It's okay to say, "I'm here for you, but I also need time to recharge," because INFJs value depth and authenticity. They can struggle to find people who share their outlook on relationships. An INFJ might feel out of place in a social group that prioritizes small talk over meaningful conversation. Seek out communities or activities that align with your values, such as book clubs, volunteer organizations, or online forums for introspective thinkers. INFJs can be hesitant to open up because they fear being misunderstood or rejected. An INFJ might hold back from sharing their true feelings in a relationship, worrying that the other person won't reciprocate their depth. Remember that vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. While rejection is always a possibility, it's also the only way to build genuine connections. Here are ways INFJs build deep bonds with loved ones. I prioritize quality over quantity. INFJs excel at forming a few deep, meaningful relationships rather than a large network of acquaintances. Instead of attending every social event, an INFJ might choose to spend time with a close friend over coffee, discussing life's big questions. Focus on nurturing a handful of close relationships that truly matter to you. 2. Practice active listening. INFJs are exceptional listeners, which makes others feel valued and understood. When a friend shares a problem, an INFJ listens without interrupting, offering thoughtful responses instead of quick solutions. When someone is speaking, resist the urge to think about what you're going to say next. Instead, focus entirely on their words. 3. Foster mutual vulnerability. Deep bonds require reciprocity. INFJs are great at encouraging others to open up, but they also need to share their own thoughts and feelings. An INFJ might say, "I've been struggling with feeling overwhelmed lately. Have you ever felt that way?" This invites mutual sharing and connection. Be willing to share your own experiences and emotions in your relationships. Deep bonds are the foundation of a fulfilling life, and INFJs have much to teach us about how to create them. By prioritizing authenticity, empathy, and meaningful connection, INFJs build relationships that are both rare and transformative. To anyone watching, you don't have to be an INFJ to excel at deep bonds. By applying the principles we've discussed today, practicing empathy, embracing vulnerability, and seeking authenticity, you can nurture relationships that bring joy, growth, and emotional fulfillment into your life. If this guide resonated with you, like this video and subscribe for more insights into personality psychology and personal growth. In the comments, share one step you'll take today to build deeper connections in your life. Stay safe and see you in the next one.